Hello, folks, and welcome to Kudlow. I'm Larry Kudlow. All right, please mark this date on your calendar. Why? Because it's Adam Smith's birthday. Who's Adam Smith? He's the founder of free market capitalism, baptized on June 16th, 1723, 300 years ago. We don't actually know when he was born. In Glasgow, Scotland. And our founding fathers thought he was a rock star. Adam Smith's thoughts are littered throughout the Declaration of Independence, written by Thomas Jefferson and Ben Franklin and a bunch of others. No, I wasn't there. But they talked about life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, and that depends on economic growth. And that is really the message of Adam Smith, who wrote two super famous books. The first, The Theory of Moral Sentiments, in 1759, and, maybe the most famous, An Inquiry into the Nature and Causes of the Wealth of Nations. He wrote that in 1776. Ring a bell? Smith points out again and again that only economic growth can raise living standards and wages. Only economic growth can generate happiness throughout society. And capitalism was the answer to poverty and unemployment. The best welfare program was a job. Ever heard that? The spread of capitalism in the last 40-plus years has been miraculous. According to the World Bank, people living in absolute poverty, defined as earning less than $2 a day, was 42.7% of the world population in 1980. By the year 2000, it had fallen to 27.8%, and today it is less than 9%. Isn't that something? That's capitalism. Smith argued that only an expansion of free markets and free trade could lead to increased prosperity. And this is all what happened with the fall of Soviet communism in Russia and Eastern Europe, and even in China. In its better moments, they introduced some private property and market reforms, though I must say President Xi appears to be backtracking away from free markets and private property. But in any case, today's Wall Street Journal has a good article entitled Adam Smith's Solution to Poverty by historian Rainer Zittelman. Smith was not concerned about rich people. Instead, he believed his theories would improve the lot of the non-rich. And again, their happiness depended on expanding free markets and free trade. Jack Kemp, the late Jack Kemp, my dear friend and mentor, Reagan supporter, former Congressman, Kemp used to always say, the trick is to make the non-rich rich. And that was Smith's vision, to lift people out of poverty. Smith was opposed to redistribution by the state, and in his earlier book, The Theory of Moral Sentiments, as a churchman, he believed that people had a responsibility to act ethically and morally in their everyday behavior and in their market transactions. Now look, at as much as ever, we should be thinking about Adam Smith, because we are far, far away from maximizing economic growth. For over 70 years, the American economy after World War II, from 1947 to the year 2000, grew at 3.5% per year after inflation. Think of it. But over the last nearly 3 decades, we have slumped to barely a little more than 1%. And you take a look at these long-term projections from places like the Federal Reserve or the Congressional Budget Office, and you see a kind of gloomy 1.8% expected future growth. That's not going to ameliorate poverty. That's not going to satisfy the middle class. That is not going to promote happiness throughout society. It all has to be changed. That's why supply-siders and free market advocates have long preached a return to a simple economic model, a model that was revived by Ronald Reagan 40 years ago. Lower tax rates, deregulation, limited government, a sound, reliable dollar, and reciprocal free trade. It's very simple, and it worked. The Biden administration has done exactly the opposite. Huge spending, higher taxes, massive volume of new regulations, a war against energy. Growth in the last 5 quarters, barely 1%. Real wages falling 26 straight months. Every poll shows people are unhappy with their lot in life. And they are very unhappy with Bidenomics. We need growth of 4 or 5 or 6% to catch up to the long-term trend of the post-war period. And I will bet you the presidential candidate who convinces voters that he or she has a strong economic prosperity agenda is gonna win the White House. I'm not here right now to pick winners or losers. I just want to say it is high time to follow in Adam Smith's footprint. So I will conclude. Save America. Please mark Adam Smith's birthday. That's all.